Test, test, test. Test. What? Alright, which button do I press here? Good morning, beans! How are you all doing? Welcome to another stream. As you can see, I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm a little bit not awake. But I have a good explanation. I can explain why I look so sleepy. Would you like me to explain why I'm so sleepy? Drink coffee. It's not a bad idea. Good morning, hello. Here we are talking about Hero and Smash. I apologize about the thumbnail being incorrect. Oh, what am I doing? I need to... Dear me. Everything is topsy-turvy. Let's just put the chat in a window where I can actually see it. That would make my life easier. And everyone else... Oh, please explain. I can explain why I look so tired. The answer is... because I'm really tired. That's the explanation. Honestly, it's not like mental tiredness, it's actual just like muscle tiredness. I think I was just standing up for too long yesterday. Yes, that is a Miku t-shirt. How do I make this chat bigger? Which button do I have to press to convince my computer to make things bigger for me? Is it not Shift Control Plus? It's not Control Plus. What do I have to do to convince you to get bigger? Oh, I'll just press the plus button in the browser. That seems to have done it. Whew! I am gonna make some coffee in a second. I'm a Lucia main now. Is that so? So, I saw a tweet about Genjuro, who is apparently, if you're not familiar with Samurai Shodown, the game we're playing today is Samurai Shodown. This is a newish game. It came out, what, about a month and a half ago? I made a video about it, as you may recall, and it was also featured as one of the main titles at EVO, the Evolution Championship Series. Oh dear. My screen is falling apart because of this fan. This fan is hyperactive. Hold on a second. Okay, that's better. It's a fun little game, but it got some new DLC. So there's a brand new character that we get to try. And the reason you hear people saying the word Genjuro a lot is because apparently a lot of people thought he was the strongest in the game. But apparently he got a bunch of nerfs a couple days ago. And according to what I've seen on Twitter, a lot of things are still not fixed. So apparently he's still got some cool, crazy stuff. I'm still on the fence about Showdown. You know what? Actually, this is not really the sort of fighting game that I play often. When I was a kid, I would play Samurai Shodown a bit with my brother. And he like got it. He like got Samurai Shodown. And I was like, what do you want to play this game? It's so slow. But it's not really. You're still pressured for time. It's just that everything doesn't look as fast on screen, but you still have to like make decisions as fast as you have to make decisions in all your other games. But it's like raw. It's really an awful word to use because it often just makes it harder to understand what people are talking about. Like, you know when people talk about music, they're like, oh yeah, I love this music, it's raw. But that's genuinely what it is. It's like, Samurai Shodown is like a fighting game that's just like a bit more raw. Anyway, the reason I'm interested in playing it is because I watched the top 8 at EVO 2019. I wasn't at EVO 2019, but I watched it on TV, on streams. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I found, gonna be quite honest with you, I found Street Fighter 5 incredibly dull to watch. The pools, the finals, everything. Well, I didn't even watch that much of finals. I watched a bit of it, and I was like, I just don't really care what happens. I don't really care what happens. But with Samurai Shodown and Soul Calibur, I was like, ooh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? And that's kind of how I'm gauging what to play right now. Talking of Street Fighter, dimensions to go. I'm getting a PC soon so I can play Street Fighter 5 soon. I've been waiting like 2 years. You've been waiting 2 years. Well, the thing about fighting games, if at all possible, we recommend that you get involved as soon as you can, because as you know, these are player versus player games, and so getting involved when the community is nice and large and plump is quite a good idea, especially as if you get into a fighting game late when everyone's already developed all the really confusing tech that makes it a really advanced game, then it starts to feel like it's a hard game to get into. I think, for me, like, Guilty Gear is quite difficult to get into because the only people still playing Guilty Gear are people who are, like, good at Guilty Gear now. I feel like I wish I had been there on day one, even if it was only for 24 hours, you know what I mean? Experiencing Guilty Gear when everyone else was brand new at it. I started playing Street Fighter 5 like late into Season 3. Honestly, I only really got back into Street Fighter. Like, I bought it day one, but most people did get back into Street Fighter about 2 years late. And it was because the game wasn't ready for launch. When they launched it, it didn't really have arcade mode and all that. Yo, thanks for subscribing. Sorry, I'm a little bit dozy. I'm trying to play video games, and I just can't remember what I'm doing. I'm like looking at the screen going, what's happening? Where am I? I'm a little concerned that my stream, I don't know, my keyboard is working. I'm gonna make some coffee, so I'll be right back in a second when I go and boil the water. Whatever. I have a recommendation. Don't do what I did. Don't poke yourself with the kettle, the spout. That hurts. That was painful. Yeah, I'm hoping the coffee will wake me up. Nihongo livestream, but first, coffee. That's right. How's Charlotte after DLC? Oh, you know what? I put the water on the kettle thing, but I didn't actually turn it on. Oh man. There we go. That's better. Whew! I really am asleep. Maybe I lied. Maybe I am mentally tired as well. Here we go. Dr. Pepper made me sleepy. Well, while I'm waiting for the water to boil, let's play a bit of DualShock 4. I've got my arcade stick, obviously, but since I'm just waiting for the hot water to boil, let's play around with this new character that has just come out. Actually, hold on a second. This is going to be set for the coffee, so we don't need that. Let's just muck about with this for a second. Is there any way to get a bit more light over here? It's kind of dark today. Maybe I'll just move this a little bit here. That's better. Okay. Well, it's really dark outside today. I think it's like it got tired of being too hot. Oh, maybe it's because the typhoon is on its way. So yeah, sorry. As you can see, I'm really sleepy. We woke up Nihongo to it. I am really asleep, but I think once we start playing, I'll wake up. So this is a new character. I don't know a lot about her because I didn't really play a lot of Samurai Shodown as a kid. I did play it, but I didn't play it very much. I think her thing is ice power? Let's see, she's got the slash, she's got a vertical slash. What are these buttons? These are clearly not correct, are they? Button config. Default. Did I really hate I really hate this menu. So they patched the game, but they didn't actually fix any of the menus. Fine, whatever. And I can't remember how any of the game... Does anyone remember how... What are the most important things about this game, right? I watched Kamen Rider when I was a kid. What are the important things about this game? There's, you can... touchpad button? Okay. I can press like 3 buttons and... This. This is my rage thing, which I can't even remember... I can't even remember what it activates. What does my rage thing do? Yeah, there's a lot. Sorry if I don't respond to a comment at first. It's because I'm trying to pick out the ones that are trolls and which ones are actual real questions. You guys can make my life easier by not asking troll questions. And then I won't have to like pick and choose and read them. If a lot of troll questions come in, I end up having to read the question first and then read it out loud to make sure that it's not like I'm reading a troll question out loud. But the original question by Felix was, I have a question. Lately I wanted to buy a new stick, and currently I have the Quanba drone. So my question is, what is the best stick I could buy? Well, unfortunately, there is no answer to what is the best stick. In fact, that's not really unfortunately, it's fortunately. Fortunately, there is no right answer. Which also means there's also no wrong answer. You can't really go wrong unless you just buy the cheapest possible stick on the dodgiest looking website. That's the only way you can really go wrong here. So I'm just trying to fix my glasses while speaking at the same time. But in general, with arcade sticks, except for the really boutique ones, the more money you spend, generally the stronger, more durable stick that you can get. But if you've watched any of the videos on this channel, then you've probably seen the main selection. There's sticks by Hori, there's sticks by Mad Cats, but they don't really make them anymore, so you probably don't want to buy from them, since a lot of the only Mad Cats stock that's available is stock that's like faulty and broken, so I don't recommend it. Then there's the Victrix stick, which if you haven't seen a Victrix stick video, then you're probably not a Nihongo Gamer fan, because there's like 20 Victrix Pro videos on my channel. But basically, everything you need to know is already in the videos. If you want to play stick, you get something with a lever on the left side and about 8 buttons on the right side, and essentially you're good to go. The only thing you really want to upgrade from if you've got a Quanba drone is to get something a little heavier, a little bit bigger, so that it like sits on your lap nicely. But it's quite a general question. What is the best stick I can buy? It's a little bit too open wide. What do you prefer, DualShock 4 or arcade stick? I much prefer arcade stick for fighting games, but I don't love arcade sticks so much that I would play like Super Mario with an arcade stick. I'm not that far. I do need more sleep. I do need more sleep, but at the same time, I quite like the idea of chilled out, you know, slowly waking up streams. I feel like I don't have to be like super crazy mode all the time. So I quite like the idea of testing this out. Actually, I'm kind of doing this on purpose in a way. Like, can I chill stream? Trying to see how good I can be at chill streaming. No, Mad Catz doesn't suck. It's just that Mad Catz doesn't exist anymore, and so a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine who are like, I'm gonna go and buy a Mad Catz TE2 Plus. The only issue is that they go on Amazon and they buy them from like a marketplace seller or from a shop that's getting rid of all their old stock. And the problem is that because Mad Catz don't make new sticks, it means that the only sticks available are the faulty ones. And myself included, I bought 3, and it wasn't until the 3rd one that I actually got one that was usable. You need coffee. I do need coffee. Well, anyway, the hot water's boiling. I can go and double check. Should I go and double check? Let's go and see if the hot water's ready. Since everyone's so keen to drink coffee. Oh yeah, these are fantastic. But I'm not grinding beans today. I'm gonna save that for a video because right now I just want to drink some coffee. So instead, what we're going to be drinking today is speed coffee. It's not actually called speed coffee. I call it speed coffee because it's nice and fast. Comes in this little packet. Rip it out of the plastic. Take out the tea bag, which is not tea at all. It's actually coffee. Do you like tea? I love tea. I'll tell you what. I'm a massive tea person. Pretty much every day. I mean, I don't make videos about it, but I'm drinking chamomile like every night. And in the afternoon, I'm often drinking Earl Grey. Like, you guys see me do streams and make videos. And so, as far as the world knows, I've drunk maybe 50 cups of coffee in my life. But pretty much, like, off stream, I'm like drinking Earl Grey and like standard pleb Yorkshire tea, you know. Oh wait, so did I show you the bag? So the bag is like this. I think this. So this is the same situation as I did a stream on Twitch yesterday, and you can't actually see. I don't have a very good angle on this. I don't really have a very good angle on this cup, so you're just gonna have to make do with whatever this angle, whatever this is. You can kind of see the coffee. Do I drink coffee black? I do, and I'll tell you what. I was having tea with a friend in a tea house in England, in Oxford actually. I was in Oxford. I wasn't at the university. I mean, it's just chilling out in Oxford, the town. And we ordered tea, and I added milk to my tea, and I think I added 1 sugar. And my friend, she was like, "Oh, you add milk to your tea?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "How can you drink your tea without milk?" And she goes, "Well, I want to drink the tea and know the flavor of the tea." I was like, oh no, maybe it was just the sugar. Maybe she had it with milk. I think she might have had it with milk, but not with sugar. And I was adding sugar. She was like, "I want to know what the tea tastes like, and if I add sugar, it just becomes a sweet drink, and I don't really know what the tea actually tastes like." Thanks for subscribing. And that's when I realized there's nothing wrong with sugary drinks, but then every time you add sugar to a drink, they just become a sugary drink. So if you add sugar and milk to coffee, it just becomes a sugary, milky coffee. It just becomes a sweet drink. And for every extra thing that you add to your tea or add to your coffee, you become a little bit less aware of what the actual flavor of that coffee or that tea is. So I mean, I drink Earl Grey. No, but I drink Earl Grey black now, actually. When I'm in the UK, I drink Earl Grey with milk. What's your tier list of teas? Now that's exciting. I'll come up with a tier list of tea and I'll post it on Twitter, and then you can all retweet it and disagree with me. Honestly, I drink the same tea all the time though. If I make a tier list of teas, it'll all be lies. It'll just be S tier is Earl Grey, and then all the other tiers will just be random teas that I just find pictures from Google of. It'll all be a lie. And maybe chamomile. Patient Ken. I just love the name Patient Ken. Taking a break from 3 Houses. I can't take a break from 3 Houses because I haven't even started Fire Emblem yet. I need to get started. I have a Mayflash F300 Elite, but I like the look of the Hori RAP5. Should I get it? Well, I don't have a Mayflash F300, so I know nothing about it, but as I understand it, there are 2 versions of the Mayflash, and one of them you have to plug. You have to like plug a DS4 into it so it becomes compatible with PlayStation. That sounds like not what you want. You don't want to be showing up at a tournament and like plugging a DS4 into your arcade stick to make it wirelessly compatible or whatever. You just want a stick that you plug it in and you can play. The Hori RAP5 is nice, but do keep in mind that if you are an arcade veteran and you're obsessed with Sanwa buttons and Sanwa levers, that the Hori RAP5, sorry, it's not the 5, it's the Hori RAP-V, the Vulix, it has a Hayabusa lever and Hayabusa buttons, and they are not the same. They don't feel the same as Sanwa stick or Sanwa buttons. But they do feel nice. I mean, I've got 2 of them, so I would know. I like them. They're nice buttons and they're nice sticks. I didn't really understand properly when I was first getting into them. I didn't really understand what was nice about them. But coming back to them recently, I'm like, oh man, these buttons are fast and slick. Give me 5 second wonders. They're back! Okay, coffee's done. Whew! Let's get into some Samurai Shodown. Someone's name is Genjiro in the chat. Whoa!
Nihongo, your Hori fight stick mini video is what got me to subscribe. I was so impressed by it. Keep making more fun and enjoyable videos. Grinning face with big eyes.
Why does my computer read out the emoji? That's hilarious. Grinning face with big eyes. Mikeoy, thank you very much for the generous $5 donation. Did you notice that I suddenly sprited up and had more energy, even though I hadn't even drunk the coffee yet? That's what you call a placebo effect. Nihongo, your Hori fight stick mini video is what got me to subscribe. I was so impressed by it. Keep making more fun and enjoyable videos. Michael, thank you so much. I really appreciate this the donational support. And I have to admit, the Hori Fighting Stick Mini is not a stick that I really use anymore. In fact, I recently brought it to Book Off and sold it for like 25 cents. I didn't get very much money for it because, in all honesty, it was, the lever wasn't working very well. The thing about the Hori Fighting Stick Mini is it's a bit like an Xbox original with the red, no, Xbox 360 with the red ring of death. As in, the more you use it, the closer it is to death. Embrace. Embrace Hori Fighting Stick Mini. It's not a bad stick to start off with, but it just won't last you very long. But I appreciate that you enjoyed the video. You know, the Hori Fighting Stick Mini is where all of this started. I think you can go back to that video and there are comments that say, in the comments section, it says like, uh-oh, this is clearly the start of, you know, this is how it starts. Once you buy one arcade stick, then you're just gonna end up buying tons and tons of, hoarding tons of arcade sticks. And, well, whoever wrote that comment was 100% right, because here we are now. Probably 600 videos later, and like tons of them have arcade sticks in them. But yeah, thanks for the donation. One more thing, I love messages that say one more thing, and I haven't read the first thing. What was the first thing? I can't find. Thoughts on EVO 2019? I briefly mentioned a few things about EVO 2019 on, what's it called? On Twitch. But I have to say, after the Street Fighter V leak, after it was revealed that there was not going to be a larger update to Street Fighter V, and that the only update we were getting was the character DLC, and I don't want to say only update as in like I'm ungrateful. I'm very grateful for character DLC, but I think we can all agree that Street Fighter V needed more than a character update. What it really needed was for those characters to release normally. You know, one character every couple months, like it's been for the past couple years. But instead of doing that, they released 3 characters all at once for no real reason, as if it was like a big present, like, look, we gave you 3 characters. And so it's like, yeah, but you didn't give us anything for 9 months, and so it's not like we feel like you gave us more. We're just like, we feel like you're finally giving us what you've been holding back from us. What we really wanted for Street Fighter V was something to spruce up the actual game itself, the gameplay. We wanted to see the game become more interesting, more fun, have a little more depth for people who are looking for a bit more to do within that game. And unfortunately that didn't happen, and I'm gonna be honest, that kind of killed my enthusiasm for Street Fighter V. Not for the game entirely, like I'll keep playing the game and I'm gonna go to, what's it called? The event, the Tokyo Game Show. I'm gonna go to Tokyo Game Show and I'm going to compete in their tournament, Tokyo Game Show 2019. So I'm gonna compete in Street Fighter V, but I'm not like super excited about it. I mean, as you can see, here we are right now we're playing Samurai Shodown. What does that say about my enthusiasm for Street Fighter V? I'm just kind of a little disappointed. Yeah, I feel like we need more modes, more V skills. I think a second super, even if it's unnecessary, it would have been nice to have as an option, or, you know, they could have done something like they did in Street Fighter 4, where they had like Super Combo 1, Super Combo 2, and then Ultra Combo could be a separate option, and I don't know why this screen isn't coming on, but I'm trying to figure out how to do that. There we go. I just think that we didn't get... I mean, it's unfair, I guess, because we were hoping for things that no one ever promised to us. But at the same time, it's not that it was promised to us and we heard a rumor or something. It's just that we know, we know what the game needs, and we're not getting it, and it's kind of boring as a result, which is a shame. So, I'm a little disappointed that, you know, they made that big hubbub over like, oh no, we leaked the information about our big reveal, but it wasn't a big reveal. It doesn't even matter that it was leaked, because it was just DLC that should have been released anyway over the past 9 months. If a real reveal would have been something that we were not expecting. A real reveal would be something that was more than what we would have just got every couple months over the past 9 months. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. I was excited about the KOF 15 announcement. Now, unfortunately, there was no real trailer. Like, we've got Samurai Shodown for now to keep us busy, but King of Fighters 15 was gonna be. It's gonna be really exciting for me because I grew up on King of Fighters as a kid, and I wasn't a big fan of the graphics in King of Fighters 14. And the game just also didn't really 100% hook me for whatever reason. Maybe it was just the graphics. Who knows? But we don't have any information apart from the trailer, apart from the announcement. We're making King of Fighters 15, so that could mean anything. It could be that they're passing it off to some other company to make it for them, and it's gonna get screwed up, or it could be that they're developing it in-house and they're gonna take all the lessons that they learned from Samurai Shodown and put it into King of Fighters 15. No one has. I have no idea. The PS Vita TV. Now that takes us back. I guess it's kind of unfair because a lot of other games can just release DLC and that's enough. Like Tekken, like, oh, we released a character and we've got one other character coming, and there'll be another stage and everyone freaks out because it's really exciting. But with Street Fighter, they can release 3 characters at once and it's like not enough. And I don't think it's just double standards. I think it's just simply that we want Street Fighter to be fun. We want people to get into Street Fighter, but we have trouble recommending it because it's not really there. It's not really as enjoyable as perhaps some of the previous entries in the franchise have been. And we know that if they added new V-skills, new supers, new modes, changed a few of the mechanics, that it could be massively spruced up, and it has a lot of potential actually as a game. Any interest in Mortal Kombat? Probably not. I mean, I've seen some footage of Mortal Kombat, but I'm gonna be honest, I know that they're doing it on purpose. I know that in Mortal Kombat, the original games, all the animations were like rotoscoped. And so, like they took pictures of people, and then they just scanned those photos into the game, and that's why it looks so rigid and terrible, basically. But I don't really agree with it. I don't feel like just because the original games looks terrible that the whole point of the game is to look terrible. But I think Mortal Kombat looks really awful. It's like, you know, when you first animate your first video game, you make a character jump, and the character like goes whee, like this. But what should actually happen is your character should be standing and they go whee, and their legs should like pick up. But they don't in Mortal Kombat. They kind of like jump like a standing character. They're like just in standing pose and their body just like floats up. I don't know. I think KOF. I think Mortal Kombat looks dumb. I think it looks really, really dumb. But that's nothing to say about the gameplay. I'm sure it's actually tons of fun to play. Everyone else seems to have a great time playing it, and I'm sure it's an amazing game. But I just don't get it. I don't understand how they thought, like, this is our aesthetic. Our main thing is that it's gonna look terrible. I uninstalled after 30 minutes. Really? So yeah, no insult to NetherRealm Studios. I'm sure you're working really hard, and I get it. I get that the aesthetic is to make it look like the old Mortal Kombat games, which looked really janky. And I'm sure that for fans, that's exactly what they want. But personally, as a kid, I wasn't into that, and as an adult, I'm still not into that. That's all I really have to say about that. What about the Razer Pantera arcade stick? I would love to have a stream where no one asks about the Razer Pantera arcade stick. But essentially, I've already answered the question about the Razer Pantera in multiple streams, so I'm probably not going to talk too much about it. So look up some of the Twitch stream archives or previous videos where I've got pictures of the Razer Pantera. I really have nothing else to say about the Pantera at this point. It's a good stick. It's just kind of bulky. There you go. That was the short version. Should we play a bit of Samurai Shodown? I can't remember any of the mechanics in this game, so I'm tempted to go back into the, what's it called? Where is the? Oh my god! Okay, first you have to choose whether you want to be in a menu on the left or a menu on the right. And then you go back to the main menu. And no is selected by default. Who makes these UIs? It's like they've never met anyone in UX in their entire lives. Basic controls, that's fine. This is what I need to know. Weapon attack, fist attack, kick attack. Like, we've already done this tutorial, but I have not played the game at all since what's it called? Since I made that video about Samurai Shodown. That's right, it's the tutorial. Weapon attack. So I'm going to change my buttons first of all. First, I need to choose the menu. The menu. Please fix these menus. They suck. Here we go. Light, medium, heavy, kick. Fix these menus, please. The game looks great. Let's give it menus that also look great. Classic SNK menu layout. Honestly, has anyone... I've got a bit of beef here. Has anyone played an SNK game on Steam? What a wreck! What a massive disaster. Anyone... Rest in peace, anyone who's tried to play an SNK, like, KOF fighter on PC. What a wreck! Like, you're lucky if the text even shows up. Like, I turned on the game and I was like, I'm going to click, what was it? I'm gonna click OK on button config. I went down to button config and I couldn't figure out which button it was. It wasn't OK, it was light kick. So you have to press light kick, but the question is, which button is light kick on your controller? So you have to guess which button is light kick first of all, and then you change light kick from cross to circle, right? Let's say that you want confirmed to be circle instead of cross. Once it's changed to circle, now circle is confirmed, and to get back out of those menus, you need to press light kick, which is now circle. So your button config isn't just configuring the buttons for fighting. You're configuring the buttons for operating the menu, and then when you've actually set the buttons, you like press back, and literally all the text just disappears off the screen. Let's hope those days are over. Let's hope that KOF 15 is not like that. Sorry, I just wanted to share my beef with the PC versions of KOF. Not because I want SNK, I don't want you to feel like you did a bad job. I just want you to know that if KOF 15 has any of those issues, I won't be playing it. That's all I wanted you to know. What comes with a 6-pound gamer finger button? The button, basically. That's it. You get the button, which is the plunger and the housing, and the little switch that comes inside. So most of the time when you buy them from the website, I mean, you can choose, but it comes with speed silver switches, which is in fact the buttons that I've got in here. You can't really see them, but inside here there are speed silver Cherry MX switches inside these buttons. But you can buy them with blue switches or red switches or brown switches or whatever you want. But the nice thing about the Gamer Fingers is that I don't know how they've engineered them, but even on this Vuelix layout, even though they've got screw caps so that the tabs don't break, so you slide them in and you screw them until they're tightly in place, and that way there are no tabs that can snap off. And yet, even though they're screw type, they're not bulky, because if they're too bulky, sometimes they don't fit in the Vuelix layout. But the Gamer Fingers seem to work just fine. I'm a big fan of these buttons. What am I actually learning in this tutorial again? It's like high slash, low slash. Fellow has-beens, what arcade stick do you think I should use? I'm a beginner. Use the nicest stick you can afford. I won't give names of specific sticks. I'll just say use the nicest stick that you can afford. I have no idea what I'm practicing here. Oh, it's a fist attack when I don't have a weapon. Okay. When barehanded, you can press light slash to pick up your weapon. Press kick. Kick. Once I've learned how to do the rage art stuff, I'll move on. Forward light kick. Yeah, I actually think I mentioned this in the video, but SNK, if you're listening, when you make tutorials, don't make the tutorial end immediately after you've done it once. Like, show up a little icon in the corner that says, press R1 to move forward or something. Press R1 to move on to the next tutorial, but like if I see something that says press down and kick, I'll try it, and then I'll move on to the next tutorial. I'm like, what did I just do? What did I just learn? Like that. It's like, okay, I saw that it was a slide, but if you don't give me another chance to try it, then I can't confirm. I need to confirm my knowledge. This is like very simple going to school stuff. You don't just say 1 + 1 = 2, and the kid goes 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, now you all know that 1 + 1. You now all know addition. It's like, no, wait a minute. Let's all do it again. Let's all practice it a few times, and let's make sure the knowledge has actually gone in. Because in the brain, I think most people already know this, but the brain is a lot like a hard disk. You have short-term, it's like a computer. You've got short-term memory, which is like your RAM, and you've got long-term memory, which is like your hard disk. And information won't go into the hard disk unless you save it from the RAM. Like, you know, when you're working on a Photoshop document, it's only in the RAM. It's not until you click Control S that it goes into the hard disk. And for a human, Control S is to repeat something more than once. If you don't repeat something more than once, it doesn't go into the hard drive. And the same thing goes with tutorial modes in these games. If you don't let us do something more than once, it's like into the RAM, out of the RAM, into the RAM, out of the RAM. You make video games, you program this stuff, you should understand that. Hitbox cross-up opinion. There's a video and it's like 25 minutes long. It's literally just my opinion about the hitbox cross-up for 25 minutes. I highly recommend the video. But real talk, we spoke about hitbox cross-up briefly yesterday, and I'm not convinced that it's a hitbox product. Like, Hitbox seems to me like a company that makes stuff that they think is, you know, a cool way to play the game. But the hitbox cross-up doesn't seem like a cool way to play the game. It seems like a controller purely built upon the Capcom Pro Tour rules. It seems like they read the Pro Tour rules and they're just trying to push the boundaries as far as possible. Not for the sake of making a cool controller, but for the sake of pushing the rules. And that's a very different form of innovation. Anyway, it's something I'd like to talk about more in the future. Very random question. What PC do you use for streaming? I'm still using the same PC that I used in previous when I did an unboxing of my Alienware laptop. It's the same computer. So dashing attacks. Listen, SNK. Tutorials. You gotta let people repeat stuff more than once. You gotta let people repeat stuff more than once. And then, even if you don't let them repeat, there should be a button that lets you go repeat previous tutorial. Why am I not the person in charge of designing these games? Why am I on the other side making videos about them? I need to change jobs. I think I'm gonna change jobs. Oh, I forgot, my controller's not even showing. There it is. Overclock your brain. Upgrade the slow HD to an HDD to an SSD. Do you know Fujikawa? Unfortunately, that's not how PCs work, and that's not how humans work. You'll be sad to hear. Humans, it doesn't matter how fast your SSD is. If you don't click Control S, it doesn't go into the SSD. And if you're a human, if you don't repeat information more than once, it doesn't go into the SSD. There are no magical people who have information go into the RAM and then just also perfectly go into the HDD. The brain is programmed to filter out trash that it doesn't need. And it knows that it's trash if it only gets repeated once, if it's only said once. But if it's repeated twice, that's the signal that the brain gets, that it needs to be repeated. Today on Listen SNK. Listen, I love SNK. I'm like a massive SNK fanboy. You've seen I've got the K-Dash hoodie. Here I am, I'm streaming Samurai Shodown. I'm a big fan of SNK. I just really want them to succeed. I think you've seen this a lot recently, but YouTubers, it sounds like we're moaning about a lot of things in certain games, but it really comes from a place of passion for these games. I don't want KOF to suffer any more than necessary. And since it's only in development now, I feel like now is the right time to tell companies what they can do to prevent disasters. For example, if we could all go back in time, I think we'd all tell Capcom, don't release the game without arcade mode. We know that you think esports is going to be a big deal, but that's a gamble. You don't actually know. You have no guarantee that esports is going to bring in you loads of money. And 4 years later, as you can see, it's clearly not bringing them in a lot of money. Like they did like a financial report and said like they're not bringing in that much money. We would all go back in time. We'd say, don't gamble everything on esports. Please. We like esports. We think it's cool. We like the idea of winning prize money for playing in tournaments. But please, ship this game with an arcade mode. It's not that difficult. You just put the CPU on level 4, then a couple matches later put them on level 6, and then for the boss put them on level 15. There it is, arcade mode. It didn't need to be any more complicated than that. Wow, it sounds like I'm ranting, but it only comes from a place of passion. What's up? This is a shirt that I bought. Thanks for mentioning it. This is a shirt that I bought at Wonder Festival. It's an event in Japan, and there's a backside to it too. You see, it says GSR. That's for Good Smile Racing. And when you buy these shirts, they send money. They put money in the sponsorship pot for Good Smile Racing. So your money buying this shirt, thanks for subscribing. And they put the money from these product sales back into supporting the racing team. It's not like it's a massive heart disease charity. It's a racing team. But I just love the idea that when you buy their merch, it supports the team. I think that's pretty cool. And it, helps that it's got Miku on it. Today on Listen SNK. That would be quite a cool name for a show. Thanks for subscribing. What's the difference between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? One was on a console that nobody played, and one's on a console that everybody plays. HS plus K plus oh my god. HS plus K or back plus HS plus K near an opponent to break their guard. Okay, so I'm practicing it away from my opponent because I want to be able to do it more than once. And I know that SNK only wants me to be able to do it once, so I'm scared if I do it too close to the opponent. And then the back version. Guard breaks do not deal any damage, but cannot be guarded against either. So they're excellent for opponents who guard often. Be careful, however, as they have no effect on aerial opponents. So I really want to know what is the point of that? I get him over there, and then what? Are they vulnerable? Are they minus? This is a really cool mechanic, but no one's telling me why I would ever do that. What is this tutorial? It's like it's a tutorial that teaches you literally nothing. Oh man. What is the point of this tutorial? This is the time to shine for the FGC. Never been so much knowledge and exposure around. A good KOF 15 and nice marketing, and SNK can blow up and have hype. I totally agree. I think the timing is really, really good right now. I think esports isn't quite dead. It's not really dead at all. EVO 2019 seems to have gone very, very well. Announcements were really, really hype. There's a lot of openings, especially as Street Fighter is not as hype as I think they hoped it would be. It's open. It's left all these massive openings for other companies who want to have a go. So now is the right time. Strike while the iron is cold. I know that's not the real phrase. Strike while Capcom is busy doing God knows what Capcom does. While they're off with the fairies. I don't know, sleeping. Other companies have this massive opening to come out and release some really cool stuff. Okay, so press medium slash and forward. So I'll try that. It's like not clear to me that he's like particularly vulnerable or anything. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take your advice. Try medium slash cancelled special into special off forward guard break and heavy slash off back guard break. That should work for most characters if the patch hasn't changed it. Okay. I'll have to remember that for later. Medium slash high slash. Surprise attack. The surprise attack is a special attack, highly effective. Why would you tell me after I've done it? The surprise attack is a special attack, highly effective after the crouching guard. Oh, jeez, come on. Alright, so exactly what I was just saying, I didn't really understand what the surprise attack was, and I want to confirm. Is the point of surprise attack to be an overhead? So I tried to do the lesson again. I clicked show previous tutorial, and it's brought me back to the bloody guard break. This tutorial is breaking me. It's breaking my mental. It's breaking my mental. Guard breaks do not deal any damage. Kind of blah 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 blah. It's an overhead. See, the only people who can learn how to play this game are streamers on Twitch and YouTube who have the generous help from the has-beens in the chat like yourselves. Thank you very much. I mean, it looks like an overhead. See, it's not like it says hi or anything. It doesn't say overhead and shout it out in loud letters. So how the heck was I supposed to know? You can't. This tutorial teaches you bugger all. Pretend I didn't say that. You can perform a special move with a unique combination of the directional buttons and attack buttons. The moves differ depending on... Okay, so it's just teaching me specials. That's fine. People just watch videos anyways. No, so here's the thing, No Brainer. I disagree. We say people just watch videos, but the truth is, only a certain variety of people watch videos. The number of people who actually go on YouTube and search how to Dragon Punch in YouTube is probably not that high. And so people who just don't know how to do it will probably just give up on the game because it's not like in the game. I'm not saying that's what they should do. I'm just saying that probably, given people's attention spans in the current day, that's how gaming is, and that if you're gonna put a tutorial in, it really ought to be a tutorial and not just a throwaway, oh well, people are gonna look it up on YouTube, so it's okay to make a crappy, not good tutorial. It's like, no, I disagree. I think a lot of people will just give up because the tutorial didn't explain it properly. Your rage gauge fills every time you take a hit. Okay, this is fine. Filling up the rage gauge puts you in a max rage state. Try landing a hits on an opponent and pushing them into max rage state. Okay, he's in max rage. Your attack power is greatly increased when at max rage. Try avoiding enemy attacks. Look, see, so they just gave me more instructions. Try avoiding your enemy's attacks, and then it comes to this menu. It's like, what? I thought we were about to just try... I thought you were just gonna show me The point where I learn how to avoid enemy attacks. No. No, because this tutorial hates me. What's up, Michael? See you later. How's the online in Japan? I've never played this game online. I'm tempted to go straight in. We can play this game online in a moment. In fact, if anyone who's playing on PS4 wants to play some Samurai Shodown later, we can open BL together on stream, which is the code language for open a battle lounge. Not the BL that you were thinking. Raising my hand. Awesome. Let's play. Toka straight in there with the BL. BL? Did someone say BL? Okay, hold on. Let me learn this stuff. This is what I wanted to learn. This is important. This is important. When wielding a weapon on the ground, press LMH to trigger a rage explosion. Yeah, but it doesn't say why. If it said in one sentence, rage explosion freezes time and gives you a moment to escape, then I would know exactly what to do in this tutorial. But instead, what they've told me is the button combination to do a rage explosion. This always, everything in my entire life always comes back to Simon Sinek. Start with why. But that's exactly what the opposite, that's exactly the opposite of what this tutorial is doing. It's starting with how. If you haven't seen the video, and I'm sure that all of you already have seen it, but in start with why, he makes a circle, and in the middle is why. Know why you're doing something, then know what you need to do, and then finally know how to do it. And companies that start with why get their intention clearly translated to their consumers. But in this case, I'm being told how to do it. I barely know what it does, and I have no idea why I would want to do it. This isn't just SNK. Listen, every fighting game screws this up. I realized that back in the old days, fighting games had no tutorials whatsoever. But if you're gonna put a tutorial in, you're gonna say the word tutorial. It needs to actually teach what the game does. Right now, I'm being told how to do something, and I have no idea why I would actually do it. When wielding a weapon, you can rage explosion. What the heck for? Why would I ever want to do this? Well done! I'm being congratulated. Here we go. Oh god. And now it's telling me the what. You can trigger a rage explosion only once per match, and it has the following effect. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting the what. Alright, so just like I was saying earlier. Why, what, how. We started with the how, and now we're getting the what. And eventually, we'll probably never even get the why. Anyway, attack power is greatly increased, weapon flipping techniques, and lightning blade. I don't even know what lightning blade is. Has anyone seen the word lightning blade shown on the tutorial screen? Time stands still. See, that was important. That should have been first. When a rage explosion ends, the rage gauge depletes to 0. Well, duh. God! What did I tell you? What did I tell you? It's exactly what I just said was gonna happen. There's gonna be no why. They never explain why you do this. It's not a tutorial. It's an instruction manual. It's not the same. It's not the same. Oh god, if one more person comes into a stream and says Guilty Gear has a good tutorial, I'm gonna explode. It's like the #1 thing. Sorry, this happens a lot. Especially, basically, if you're a channel with under 1 million subs and you make fighting game content, you need to prepare yourself for everyone to come in and just say exactly what what big YouTubers have already said. It's like, stop telling me that Guilty Gear has a great tutorial. We all get it already. We know that Guilty Gear has a good tutorial. Guilty tutorial has a good gear. How did you do the upside down face? I like that. Listen, we know that Guilty Gear has a good tutorial. We don't need to be told that ever again. So please, no more. Please don't say it in the comments anymore. Oh my god. And speaking of which, this is just topical. This is completely unrelated. But you know I've been trying out new controllers and all that. But it's just like, as soon as, you know, like the Switch tubers, there's like, on YouTube there's the FG tubers and the Switch YouTubers and the PC gaming keyboard YouTubers, and they're all in their own little slots and categories, and they know that to get the most subs, they need to only make that content. Anyway, the Switch tubers all got the same controller on the same day, and they all made a video after the review embargo was lifted, and it's like, oh my god. If ya every single comment on my channel that day was, hey, you should really try the SN30 Pro Plus. Other YouTubers are using it and you'd like it. It's like, I get it that everybody else is making the exact same video on the same day. I just don't want to be part of it. Woo! It's all coming out today, isn't it? It's all coming out today. I apologize. Honestly, I'm moaning a lot about this tutorial. It's not that bad, it's just a complete waste of time. Weapon flipping technique. What the heck happened to Rage Explosion? Here we go. While in Rage Explosion, perform a weapon flipping technique. Don't worry about why you'd want to do it. Just do it. Thank you for subscribing. Right, at this point, they should tell me he doesn't have his weapon and that I can do more damage or something, and then it should give me like 25 seconds to actually experiment doing that. But I bet if I press next, it goes back to the menu. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What was the point of teaching me how to disarm my opponent? I'm now standing in front of my opponent with no weapon, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at the main menu. This is my opportunity to experience doing huge damage to my opponent who has no weapon. I think your tiredness is bringing out anger. I don't know if it's anger, it's just, you know in Japan they say like tatemae and honne? Your tatemae is like the feelings that you show, and your honne is like what you actually think. And it's like, today is just honne talk. It's all just coming out right now. What was the point of that? Lightning blade. Okay. I'm so glad that we're doing this on stream. Alright. So I didn't get this the first time I played this tutorial, but now that I'm doing it, like I said, when you do something the second time, that's when it finally goes into the brain, right? I get it now. You can only lightning blade. If we were to remake this tutorial, it would say, lightning blade is a super fast, powerful technique that only works in Rage Explosion. Here's how you do Rage Explosion, right? First you tell them why you want to open Rage Explosion. Because you want to do the lightning blade. And then tell us what lightning blade is, and then tell us how we do it, which is press 3 buttons. That's the order that you make a tutorial, not the way that this tutorial has been made. Oh god, there's that main menu again. Super special moves. You can only do this once per battle, huh? HS versus plus K. I remember when I did the tutorial the first time, that does do tons of damage. That was probably explained better than the rest of this tutorial. You notice that? This was the only one that was explained moderately okay. I'm willing to give them that one. They said it was really powerful and that you can only do it once. Watching this tutorial isn't making me want to change my mind and buy it. Okay, I apologize. My goal here is not to tell people not to buy the game, right? The tutorial is trash. This tutorial was almost a complete waste of time. The only reason it's not a waste of time is that I've done it twice. So the simple way to fix this tutorial without asking SNK to fix it is to just fix it ourselves, which is what we've done. So now that we've finished it, fortunately there's not too many things to learn. Now we fixed it by doing the tutorial ourselves twice. We can now... I want the new stage. We can now go in and actually learn how to play this game. Wrong chat. I don't know how this ended up getting selected. Getting what selected? How do you like the art style? I love the art style. Like, I'm being super negative about the tutorial right now, but that has nothing to do with the game. I think the game looks awesome. It does have a slight PlayStation 2 feel to it. I'm not gonna lie. It has a slight PlayStation 2 feel to it, but not in a sort of it's not finished way. KOF 14 was legitimately not finished. The way it looked was not finished. This is what you call deliberate art style. It looks like this deliberately, and I think it looks good. I don't think it looks like Uncharted. It doesn't look like Rise of the Tomb Raider, but that's not the point. It looks like a PS2 homage, but in a good way. So I want to try Rage Gauge Max. Max? Max. Super special move, Infinite. Okay. So, here's what I learned in the previous tutorial. Press these two buttons, disarm my opponent, and then I guess they're a little bit... If I manage to do this, I guess they're kind of vulnerable, or it just gets them off me at least. Gives me a little distance, or also I can get myself out the corner. That looks useful. I don't know what my special moves are yet, but I'll try them later. I assume my super special... That's my super special move. It does... from that distance, it seems to do about 29%. Yeah, even close up it doesn't do a significant amount of damage. If I'm in rage, does it do more damage? It looks like it does do more damage if I'm in rage. Touchpad button is apparently on, but it doesn't work. What's wrong with my touchpad button? I can't reset the match. What's wrong with my touchpad button? Isn't Pro 3 the touchpad button? Well, it doesn't seem to be working for me. How do I reset? Oh, God. I hate this! I hate this so much! Here we go, restart. Well, I managed to make it work. Alright, so that's not even the right move. Let's open the command list. What is my ultra super special? Throw gives you an opening. The opening is different for each character. Cool, thanks. Are there any differences between Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal? I have no idea. I think there's a new character. Oh my god. Oh my god. Who made this? Who made this? Fire this person. I'm just kidding. Don't actually fire this person. Who made this? Who made this? You open up the commands list, and it says L1 left, R1 right. Can we just confirm that I'm not going crazy? It says L1 left and R1 right. So if I want to check out what her other moves are, I would click R1, right? No, because that would send you to a different character. A character whose face you don't see. You just have to know who the frick Haomaru is. Who the heck is this guy? I have no idea. Is Haomaru, is that a special kind of move? I have no idea. It's the name of a different person. What you really needed to do was press right, not R1. Both of which have arrows pointing to the right. Can we just please stop making games like this? Can we please stop making games like this? Look what you've made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you're making me do. Look what you made me do. Okay, that aside, I did it again. That aside, let's just figure out what her soup is. It's heavy slash and kick. Okay. So I was doing the wrong move. So you can only do this once per battle. That's what I was looking for. And unfortunately, my touchpad button doesn't seem to work. So apparently this is a super special move. This should do like 70% damage, right? I feel like there was a lot of wasted time in that super. I get it. I think it's, I mean, I don't hate this move, but I don't really see why we have to watch all that. Oh, but I suppose it, you know, when the tension is high and you're like, oh god, is it gonna hit? And then it does hit. Then I guess it could be quite stressful because it's like, oh no, all that damage and then I'm gonna lose the round. It is important that these moves are gratuitously long. I get that. I think it looks nice. I think it's not, again, like I mentioned before, it's not Uncharted, but that's not the point, right? It just looks really cool. The X in UX design stands for no. There is no experience, only user. I feel SNK needs a fresh take on menus and tutorials. Wait a minute. I may make it sound like it's SNK's fault, but it's not. It's Japan's fault. Pretty much any game that comes out of Japan has a menu that makes you want to pull your hair out. Gouge your own eyes out. It's not just SNK. So I'm sorry, I made it sound like it was all SNK's fault. But it really is just Japan. There are a few exceptions. There are a few companies who seem to have done it okay. But they're the exception to the rule. In general, any game that comes out of Japan, it's like, would you like to save? Yes. Are you sure you'd like to save? Yes. Please choose the save slot. Save slot 1. Is it okay to delete the previous save? This is going to overwrite the save. Would you like to save? It's like, just save the freaking game! Oh man. There's gotta be someone who's made like a video essay on menus in Japanese games. Ah! You said it! He said it! Flip the controller! He said it. Guilty Gear has a great tutorial. My freaking... Oh my lord. Oh man, it's Guilty Gear has a great tutorial. What are the other ones that people say? You should really try 8-bit dough. You know what's really funny? Is that video that I made about the 8-bit dough controller? One of the first comments that came in said, you should really try an 8-bit dough controller. They're really good. It's like, what? The video is about an 8-bit dough controller. How? Like, I can't do any more. There's nothing more I can do. I already unboxed and tried an 8-bit dough controller. So why would you write in the comments, you should really try 8-bit dough controllers? But yeah, no, the main thing for me, the most frustrating thing for as a YouTuber is, as soon as someone big makes a video, those people flood into your video and they literally just regurgitate what the famous person said in your comments without watching the video. It's just, that's the most frustrating thing. The real truth about that is that I don't actually want them to stop. Like, I'm expressing frustration about it now, but the truth is, when other people flock out of a video and into my video and regurgitate their, like, someone else's opinions, all that does is increase my video in the algorithms. So by you showing up and not watching the video and writing a comment, it's automatically giving my video bonus points in the YouTube algorithm. Ah! You said it! You said it! You should try the 8-bit Do controller. My god. Who are these people? Alright. So, what are Rimururu's moves? Oh god, check this out. Hold on a second. Let me just confirm. If I press OK in this menu, and then I press options, and then I press options again. Who made this? Who made this atrocity? Who committed this crime against user experience and user interface? Who did this? Who did this? I've messed up all. I've messed it all. I don't. Here we go. Off. Counter. Off. Wake up. I have to fix it because I screwed it all up. Alright, so let me just explain what's just happened, which is just a new thing to piss me off. Alright, let me just explain. This is such a travesty. This is like, this takes all the things that I've just complained about and it throws them all out the window and asserts itself as the new most annoying thing. In this game, you can open up the menu options. And when you show up in the menu, you have to choose. Before you get to press down, which is what you would think you would do, to go down the menus, you actually have to press left or right to choose between general options or battle setting options. Now, here's the thing. If you can get as far as figuring out that you need to press circle, or cross, whatever it is, to go through the battle settings separately, like so, and then you press options to get out of the menu, and you have some fun playing this game, then the next time you press options, you're like, I remember, I need to press circle or cross to choose my menu, but you actually haven't, because what you've actually done is you've entered the drill down version 2 of the menu, not the root menu. You've now reached drop down menu by default. I'll show you again. I press options and I press it again. You're not in the root menu. Now you're in the drill down menu. So in order to get to options on the left, you must now press cancel. Press left to go to your menu on the left. Press confirm, and now you're in your menu. So it actually changes. And the only way for it to stay in root menu is to press cancel here, so that you're now in root menu mode. Then you press options, and the next time you press options, you'll be in root menu mode. Who else thinks that it would be nice to have a game that doesn't require that you have some experience in programming? I shouldn't need experience in programming to get through the menu. I can't believe it. This whole stream has become literally a user interface roasting session as opposed to actually playing the game. I just want to play the game. I just want to play the game, and I really don't think it should be that difficult. Now here's another thing. I've just pressed options and pressed confirm on restart. As suspected, I'm now in the drill down menu. Exactly. How unintuitive is that? Would you recommend the Pantera as my first stick? Ah! Every time. Okay, so I realized that other streams have this setup. You can set up a copy pasta system. I think I might actually. Guilty Gear has a good menu system. I realized that I need to set this up in the future so that in the stream, every time someone says like a question which has been asked literally every stream for the past year, I need a button so that I can copy pasta my response. My response to should I buy the Razer Pantera is, if you want the Razer Pantera, buy a Razer Pantera. I'm not going to convince you to buy a stick that you don't want, but you clearly already think you want a Razer Pantera. You named it by name. Buy the Razer Pantera. I could make, if I wanted to make a review of the Razer Pantera, which I already have actually. I haven't made a review, but I made a video about it. It would take 10 minutes to explain, so I'm not going to explain all the positives and negatives of the Razer Pantera right now. But if you have a very specific question, if you have a very specific question about the Razer Pantera, I could probably answer it now. Alright, enough of this menu roasting. Let's actually learn some moves. I hereby promise to try not to roast the menus for the rest of this stream. Wall jump, that sounds useful. Down button, that sounds useful. Shoryuken backwards, that sounds useful. Shoryuken forwards, that sounds useful. Hadouken forwards, that sounds useful. So she's got all the moves that you would expect. Let's just try them all. Okay, so Shoryuken. So Shoryuken is the ice. I can do it backwards as well. I don't know what the second part is for. Oh, it's kind of delayed, so you have to make sure that you block against that. What was the down move? This maybe that debilitates them for a moment. What's my Hadouken? I'm Colleen! So I've got the ice flower. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is the right character for me right now. She seems kind of complex. I think this is the sort of character that you might play after you've already played Samurai Shodown more than once. But yeah, sorry, just to reiterate, I think the game is a lot of fun. The only reason I'm playing this is because I watched the footage of this game at EVO and I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really, really cool looking. I mean, I made the video as well before EVO, but I really enjoyed what I saw. So let me just put that out there. I don't have any issue with the game. I don't think I have any issue with the game. We'll see in time. I've got my. So is that my weapon? So that's my weapon debilitating attack. That makes them drop their weapon, and then forward, back down, forward. This is my ultra super special. Look at that! I figured out how to. Oh, wait, I wasn't gonna say anything about the menus. I forgot. Hadouken backwards. That is really unintuitive. Hard to get used to that. What are my... I mean, I think I don't have really great range on my normal moves, so I guess I do have to really rely on this stuff. Rage Explosion. It's my burst and get out of jail free card. And then Lightning Blast. Whatever, Lightning Blade. Alright. I'm ready to play the game. I can't get out. I can't get out of the game. Select the menu. End training. No more complaining about menus. I said I won't complain about menus anymore. Honestly, I can't think of any other issues. I can't think of any issues with the game really itself. The only thing that really bothers me is the what do you call it? The UX and all that. Antoine, why don't you play fighters anymore? Good question. The only reason I don't play fighters anymore is because I don't really know how to play it at a good enough level. I feel like even at low level play, I get blown up because I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the gameplay in Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters. It still looks really fun. It still looks like a lot of fun. It's not like Samurai Shodown. Like I can jump in or I can run in. Street Fighter is the same. I can jump in or I can run in. BB Tag. Honestly, I already feel like I'm a bit out of my depth with BB Tag because I don't understand how to use my assists properly. And with Dragon Ball, it's even further. I feel like I don't understand how to use my team properly. And until I have time to dedicate to learning how to play a tag fighter, like DB Fighters, I feel like there's not... Like, I don't get much out of playing it. You know, I'm gonna try going straight online. Should we do a ranked match? What is live? Connect to live from PlayStation. Ew. Put your rank on the line. Let's do it. You have the option to apply to skip through the ranks on your first entry if you are not confident in your abilities. It is suggested you begin from apprentice. Would you like to apply to skip ranks? Sure. Select the rank you will start from. I don't really understand. Which one of these is the lowest? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna complain about UX. I'm just gonna mention briefly that I don't actually know which of these is the lowest one. Is green belt low? Or is orange belt low? Is yellow belt low? Disciple? That doesn't sound low. Pick Ronin. That wasn't even an option, was it? Does anyone know whether I should have chosen Apprentice? I chose Apprentice, but I don't know if that's what I should have done. Oh my god. I'm not going to complain about the menus. I'm just going to show you that to get from these buttons on the left, you press right, and it opens up the menu on the... I'm gonna go for all same region for now. I'm gonna stick with Apprentice. I'm assuming that's what I'm supposed to do. Is there no way to let me like practice while I'm searching for an opponent? I like your videos, but you're always in training. Well, I've got to learn somewhere. I could go, I mean, I do spend a lot of time actually doing matches as well, but I get a little frustrated. I find myself a little frustrated if I go into the match and I don't really know what I'm doing. Like what's about to happen right now. You know, I think Grand Blue might also be autocorrect. Even when I type Grand Blue into my phone, it says Grand Blue because it autocorrects it. Do I need to press OK? Wait a minute. So it's matchmaking now. Does this mean I can actually leave this menu? You can press OK. It says pause. It seems like I have to go to any region to find a game.
Rimururu.
I've never done this before. You can play fighting games literally every day of your life and make hundreds of videos about fighting games and still show up in a game like this and have no freaking idea what's going on. I have to learn the tech first, but first... Oh, sweet! So matchmaking resumes when you enter practice mode. Okay, that makes sense, I think. If I miss that, then I guess I don't get to do it again, huh? Yeah, if you can teach your phone to remember that it's Grand Blue, I think. Oh man, UI. I've given myself like a headache just thinking about it. Is there a way to change the matchmaking options here? Cancel search for fight request. Saying change region to all. Connection speed any. Fight request on. How do I know if it's on now? I said I'm not gonna complain about it, so I'm not gonna complain about it. But I think you all know exactly what I'm thinking right now. So let's learn how to use this stuff. I can check out the ice and then what? Run in and do stuff? How about fireball? Can I fireball after this? Ooh, what was... I sense much frustration. It's genuine frustration. I am feeling some genuine frustration here. The frustration is over 9,000. How do I throw again? Oh, there it is. This is my weapon removing technique. This will be really disappointing if we don't get any matches at all. Evo literally was like a week and a half ago. Or 1 week ago? It was not very long ago. It was like a week and a half ago. And you're telling me no one in the world is playing this game? That can't be right. This man needs some sleep. I certainly do. I need some sleep. But actually, in all honesty, I'm just experimenting with different styles of streaming. Because there's streaming where I'm focusing on what I'm doing too much. And then there's streaming where I focus too much on the chat. I'm like trying to learn how to balance between the two. I'm no master of it, but I'm learning lots of different things. I'm having a great time, by the way. I may sound frustrated, but I'm having the best time of my life. I really appreciate all of you being here with me to watch the matchmaking go absolutely freaking nowhere. Is this really the best we can do? Alright, you know what? Clearly, we're not getting any matches. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna open up BL, and if anyone wants to play with me, you can play with me, or I can go into, what's it called? The arcade mode. So if I go on to online, casual match, entry type, create, single versus. The room name is Nihongo Gamer WW. We'll have 2 people. Private room off. Round length 60, region all. Rounds 3. Late winter. Alright, I've made a room, and the room is Nihongo Gamer WW. If anyone is free to have a match, let me know, and if you're not, then I will give up and I'll move into arcade mode. But for now, just testing this out, let's see if this works. So let's get rid of the Smash Bros info. There's no password, and the room name is Nihongo Gamer WW. Battle lobby name. Oh no, a keyboard. So if you have a keyboard, if you've ever switched your keyboard from Japanese to English or English to Japanese, you'll know that it massively screws up the positions of your apostrophes and inverted commas and all that. Which version is this? We're playing on PS4. I think it's not. I don't think it's crossplay, is it? Found me. Sweet. Let's go. Enlarge chat window. Confirm. What is going on? Captain? Am I the captain? What does that have to do with... Someone explain to me what's going on. I just want to fight. I don't want to be in a team. Why am I the captain? Move your cursor to captain. Left or right? I just want to play the game. Oh! You press OK on your icon. We got there. Sweet. Hey, Georgie D, good question. I've actually never been to New York, but I would love to go. Oh, dude, I've got a retro 3D costume. I'm gonna try that. Yo, we're actually in. Sweet. Let's do this. Hey, Nihongo, may I ask who's your favorite artist or manga or anime artist? Marvelous Water? I don't know if I have a I don't know if I have a favorite manga artist, but I'll tell you what. One of the ones that I like a lot is called Asano Inio. He is an artist who makes a comic called Sorani, Sky People. I don't know, actually. It's never called Sky People, it's called Sorani, even in English. I love that manga and I love that style. It's kind of realistic. I actually don't like drawing realistic styles that much, but when I read it, I love it. Earthquake! I really hate that slash. Hey, why is my rage gone? I wanted it. Lucky. What do you think of my retro 3D? That is such cool DLC. You gotta hand it to SNK. That is really cool DLC. Well, I mean, it came with the character. That is really cool DLC. Having a retro 3D costume. What is that? I did that by accident. That was amazing. Can I do it in the air? I want to know how I did it. I was in the air, and then I made like a thing. Oh no. Ah! I failed! Master, I'm sorry. Ah, I failed! I used both my Rage Explosion and my, what's it called? Ultra Super Special. Yeah, teach me how to do the platform again, that was cool. What's up, Neon? Well, you're halfway through, we're mostly through the stream. Oh, the stream needs to end eventually, maybe in half an hour still. Let's get as many matches in as possible. I hate that. Oh! You just press down in the air. That's epic! And then you can jump off it? It's surprising how enjoyable this game is. It's like, it shouldn't be fun. Everything about this, when you think about all the other games that are out there, this should not be enjoyable, but it really is. Why did I get hit by that? It really shouldn't be fun, this. But it really is. Something really enjoyable about this. Good game. Rematch me. Foolish small fry. Cold won't work on my perfect body. He looks just like Abigail. But I realized he came out... Well, actually, I don't know. Who was first, Abigail or Earthquake? Because Abigail was in Final Fight. Rematch me. It's best of 3. I mean, SNK has always been famous for their art style. If KOF 14 had been made by a different company, people might not have minded so much, but I think it frustrated people that one of the things that they've always loved about SNK was the way, how beautiful the art looked, and how KOF 14 just, that wasn't the point. It's like, well, we get it with the money, we know that it's expensive, but that was a gamble that they shouldn't have taken. Ho ho! Not today, Galvatron. I keep doing these random things. How about this? Ah! Whoa, that really should have killed me. I don't know what's safe and what's not safe in this game. Can you say my name in a coffee video? No. I'll say your name if your name comes up. I'm not gonna randomly say someone's name in a coffee video for no real reason. Can you imagine that? In the middle of a video, I'll be like, so we're drinking coffee and talking about video games today, and by the way, someone wanted a shout out, so here's their name. It's just like, what? What does that have to do with anything? But I say people's names a lot in chat when I'm reading their comments. Ah! I'm gonna lose again. Unless you jump into my Dragon Punch. This game should not be this much fun, but for some reason it is. Why is this so enjoyable? It makes no sense. Oh, come on. Fire Breath meet Ice Dragon Punch. This game is like, they could rename this game to minus the game. Everything is minus. Don't press any buttons. Oh no! Oh, I was crouching. No, no! Yes! There's something about getting lucky in this game that makes you go, yeah, I freaking rule. Even if you just kind of got lucky. I was waiting for that though. Stay calm, everybody stay calm. Alright, it's the best of 3. By the way, big shout out to my mods who would always constantly creating the most fun of atmospheres for me. Making the has-been chat, a welcoming, friendly place to be. Big shoutouts to the mods. The Discord mods and the stream mods, which are both, well, more or less the same thing, but... And if you're not a member of the Discord, feel free to join the Discord. It's a fun, friendly place where you can chat about fighting games and arcade sticks and, you know, news. Ah! No! No! I'm using all my resources at once. No! Oh yes! Oh yes! The ice blocks! Dude! Hey, maybe this character is for me after all. Maybe this character is for me after all. Did you ever fix the wobbly desk for your stick? Wobbly desk? I don't rest my... good question. That is a really good question. I don't use the desk anymore. I don't use the keyboard desk. I figured that if I were to make my own makeshift arcade cabinet again, one, I would buy a slightly bigger monitor, like a 27-inch, and two, I would probably make sure I bought a more solid cabinet. No! Whoa! Ah! Whew. I got so lucky. Yo, thank you so much, Avid Strange, for playing games with me. I really appreciate it. Toodles! Guys, thank you so much. Is there anyone else who would like to have a game? Let me know. We'll add you to this room. I'll just briefly kick Avid out. Avid, I really appreciate you playing games with me. I had a lot of fun. Isn't it crazy? Why is this game so much fun? If you just ignore the sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to escape this menu, but I can't figure out how to do it. I'm trying to kick a player. R2, kick from room. Awesome. So if anyone would like to join, please join us. Avid, I really want to say thank you so much. If you don't have a PS4. Well, if you have a PS4, if you have the PS4 version of this game, feel free to join us for some games. The lobby you probably can't find the lobby until now because I've just kicked the previous player. But it's a 2-person room, so it should show up. If you refresh the list, it should show up now. I didn't fix the chair, but I did receive... Oh no. That's not what I want. Oh dude, we're gonna finally get our match! Iron Craig! We were gonna have our match yesterday in a completely different game. What was I playing yesterday? Soul Calibur. But we're having our match now. We're getting our moment that we were denied yesterday. This is good. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Night Saber will have our match after this. I do have time for another match after this, so if you're free, let's try and have a match after this. I pressed a button. Now I always keep the room to 2 people so that I don't end up watching the stream of just other people playing for 3 hours. As fun as that would be, as enjoyable as it would be to have a room with 10 people. For these streams, unfortunately, because I'm limited on time, I've got to do my day job and all that. I don't do 10-person rooms on stream. But hey, you know, in the future, off stream, we could do like a 10%. The dog! Everybody loves the dog.
Rimururu vs. いざ尋常に1本目勝負 Lost my blade! Go, puppy! Yeah! Lost my blade! Lost my blade! Hey, puppy! Lost my blade!
Oh, I keep really wishing that I could get lucky with that. I love that my ice DP can cancel other people's moves. No! No! I did not know his dog could do that. That's pretty cool. Is the doggo's name just Puppy? Is it? I wish I knew any of these moves. No. Aww. Let's do this.
We did it!
Oh, the dog's name's Poppy, not Puppy. Parry into Ultra Super. How do I parry? Do I just block? Do I block forwards? Is there a special? How do I parry?
Let's do this, puppy!
So I'm getting a PS4 Pro soon. Do you have any suggestions on what games I should get? If you're into fighting games, it's very easy to know because there's a bunch of fighting games that came out in 2017, 2018, and 2019. And I think even if you buy all of them, it wouldn't cost you that much money because they're all on sale and, you know, they've been out a while. Thanks for subscribing! I know nothing about this. Ho ho! Yes! Caught you off guard. Ah! No! After I finally pulled off that super. I mean, lightning blade. Dude, this is the ultimate party game. I mean, it's a great serious fighting game as well, but if I had friends over, I would definitely choose this. Oh, I went the wrong way. All right, Zeku, chill. Oh no, jumped around on top of it. I'm not blocking in time. Poppy, get out of my face! I'm busy. Offline, that would have been much worse, huh? What was that? Where the heck did you come from? I blocked. I was blocking standing. What happened? Fight Crab. Objection! Fight Crab is the ultimate party game. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds good. But going back to questions that I would suggest for your PS4 Pro, I think BB Tag was on sale recently, wasn't it? Okay, Iron Craig, you won fair and square. We're returning to the room, and we're gonna let Night Saber in. But thank you very much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the match was so short because I lost so bad. Oh, about the chair. I was donated money very graciously to buy a chair by an anonymous party, but I'm still selecting the chair. I haven't selected which one, and the reason is because I was gifted $200 to buy a gaming chair, and there's a ton of great gaming chairs out there, and a lot of them are kind of $300. So I'm trying to figure out how I can find a bit of extra money and upgrade to like a $300 chair. But if I can't find the money, I will just go and get a $200 chair, which I'm sure would still be a great chair. What I don't want to do is I don't want to buy a chair that's like almost yo Gundam's in. What I don't want to do is buy a $200 chair, which is actually only as good as a $100 chair, because I've already got rid of my previous one, which was like a $100 chair, and I've gone through all the trouble of selling one and moving on to the next one. I didn't even sell it, I gave it away. I want to move up to a chair that, you know, feels nicer for my back, feels more ergonomic. But this is the perfect time that a lot of people are buying, sorry, not talking about chairs anymore, people are talking about buying PS4s. Samsho is definitely a brilliant game to get into. I don't know if I would like lab stuff heavily in this game. I think I would just play it casually. But the last Shiki. Oh wow, our connection's not great, huh? This is really laggy. Oh, help! We have to press buttons like 10 seconds before we actually want to do them. This is not great. I'm basically pressing punch almost before I do the jump. That's when you do it. Overkill. We are playing this game. We're playing the game with so much lag. We've basically gone back in time. Leans back 90 degrees on chair. You mean 180 degrees? Well, you're right. The lean back would be 90 degrees, but the final angle would be 180. Ooh, nice evade. How do I evade? I think I did it. Wow, I lost really fast. Ah, I caught low. Caught low. Dang. I need to know how to do damage with this girl. Heavy slash in the air seems good. Lucky. Ooh, look at us evading each other. Oh no! Oh, I thought I pressed the button. That was lucky. Scary. Good game. Let's best of 3. Why is Rimururu so blocky? It's DLC. She just comes with an alternative costume. I think I can choose. Oh no, if I go rematch, it'll probably be the same character, but you can actually choose her to not be blocky. Teleport is still bad, is it? I really liked Shiki. Everyone online was like, oh, she's like the weakest character in the game, but I really liked her. I really feel like I just need to play Haomaru. Oh, there's that teleport. Too close. Whoa! Oh, I always have to be careful with my feet. Oh, vulnerable. I just went YOLO. I was like, YOLO! I'm gonna let this lightning blade fly! And nothing happened. So who's the strongest character after the patch? Let me know. Oh, I can't believe that. I thought I would be vulnerable as a result of pressing that button, but I guess not. Lag Showdown. Why did I let go of block? Wow, I think the lag's getting worse. I can feel it. Feel it in my fingers. I feel it in the lag. Oh, that slash is great in the air. Oh, no! I really thought I had it. I didn't have a solid game plan after the ice cube in the air, but I did my best. His Genjuro is still pretty high. Sam too. Well, thank you very much for the games. I highly, highly appreciate it. Thank you so much, has-beens. How are we doing for time? I think it's time to wind down the stream. Unless there's anyone who wants to have one final game, I'll let it sit here on the screen for a moment. But if not, I'm quite happy to wind down the stream. It's been a good one. It's been like spent a lot of time getting kind of stressed out about user interface elements. I'm trying to figure out how do I get this camera to stay in focus? Maybe it needs to be more like that. 2 hours later. We got one. Donin is in. Is 8,000 points, is that high? It looks like we got one last match. One last match. So here we go. And we're gonna go with the default costume, not the 8-bit costume. Swordmaster. That sounds pretty high. I'm waiting for Mina. I actually don't know who Mina is. I'm assuming that she's a legacy SNK character. I'm buying this as soon as I get money. Dude, it doesn't make sense how much fun this is. It really should not be this much fun. But the top 8, I highly recommend watching top 8 for this at EVO 2019. Like, it really converted me. Like, I had played it already, but I hadn't... Hold on. This is like Galford, but without the dog. He's got an air throw. Well, this is going well. Swordmaster is pretty high. Just watch this. YOLO! That's how it's played. That's how you play this game. Press every button that you shouldn't. I should have pressed forward, huh? I still don't really know how to do that. Oh no, I tried to do an angled jump and I did a neutral jump. See, what did I tell you? Swordmaster, whatever. I got this. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. Oh no, I jumped into the fire. Oh no! I was gonna do something amazing. Oh, I should have done heavy slash. Oh. What did I tell you? Swordmaster doesn't matter. I'm the best at Samurai Shodown. Your fight buttons are so clickable. You mean these buttons? These gamer finger buttons? I'm a big fan. I'm a very, very big fan. Alright, this is where they wise up and they're like, you got lucky. I didn't know he could do that. That's cool. I've got a question. Are you dating Goose? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Wouldn't you like to know? I love questions like that. So I don't know. Clearly, I need to learn how to block against that. Is it like a cross up or something, or am I just not blocking? What am I not blocking at the? Because I think if I can figure that out, I can win this. Yoshimitsu would be an amazing character in this game. I would be scared. Like, I think I can get this if I can figure out that weird overhead thing that he does. You can spot dodge. That one. Is that spot dodge? Oh no, I missed! I got the round. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Whew. Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of information about the PS5, but I'd like to know. Mostly because I'm curious about what's gonna happen with Street Fighter. Pretty sure that PS5 will have a lot to do with Street Fighter 6, huh? So the question is, will Street Fighter 6 be like a launch title for PS5? Wouldn't that be amazing? He knows that I'm jumping in a lot. He has got the countermeasures, and I have not done the spot dodge properly. It's too early. I'm experimenting. The lag. Oh no, I thought I could do the ice cube in the air. What is that? What is that? No! I don't even know how to block against that. Guys, this is the final round. And I'm jumping into fire. So I'm literally just input error here. I'm just trying to do Hadokens and I'm jumping by accident. Wait, is this gonna kill? 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 Yes! I freaking rule! Whew! Well. That felt good. We got the best of 3. This is Samsho. Everything kills. I like that. That's funny. Well, thank you very much, kind sir. Donin7870. I did my best, and I'm going to kick from room now, and I'm also going to disband the room. I wish there was a way that I could figure out. If I was smarter, I would have found a way to say thank you to you. But if you're in the chat, Donin, then thank you very much for the match. I did my best. Was that you, Game X996? I did my best. I don't know how to say this enough, but this game, this game is a lot of fun, and it shouldn't be. Every way you look at this game, or how would I explain this? Like in a board meeting, it doesn't make any sense. No one's gonna like this game. It's not flashy. There are no long combos. It's like this game has no business being so much fun, but it's I think the best word to describe Samurai Shodown is distilled. Like you put that tap water into the machine and you distill it. You remove all of that other stuff swimming around in the tap water until you're left with the purity of battle. I don't even know if you would call it battle. Like it's like pure. It's like you and your opponent, and your minds are just floating in space, and you're just like, I'm gonna go. But I'm not gonna go. No, you know what it is? Samurai Shodown is that scene from the Princess Bride. Do you remember Princess? Well, everyone remembers Princess Bride. In the Princess Bride, the Vasily, I think his name is Vasily, whatever his name is. Vincini. He's like, I'm gonna drink from my cup, and you're gonna drink from your cup. Is that the Goodyear blimp? Or he's like, what's that over there? And then he switches the cups. That's exactly what this game is like. Vizzini. I need Vizzini. With my sword and your strength and Vizzini's brain. We need a plan. We need a strategy. Oh man. Inigo Montoya. If you don't know who he is, look it up. That's a movie that you need to watch. But playing Samurai Shodown, like playing Street Fighter is a bit like mud fighting. You're in the mud and you're just slugging it out. Well, that's like Tekken, I suppose. Samurai Shodown is like Vicini and the Dread Pirate Roberts, and you're just sitting there with your cups, saying, "Now, what kind of man are you? But who would play with death when he's like, who would doubt an Australian when death is on the line?" Or whatever the line was. That's how I feel. That's how this game makes me feel. Anyway, I want to say special thanks as always to the mods for doing a great job keeping the chat a family-friendly place to be and enjoy. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined into this stream. I'm sorry that we started about 20 minutes late, maybe 25 minutes late, because I was feeling really sleepy this morning. As you can see, with the help of caffeine and with the help of all of your helpful comments in the chat, I've managed to wake up and have a great time. This game is excellent. I really enjoyed it. I don't know how much it costs, but if you get a chance to buy it, find it on sale or whatever, even if you don't buy DLC, you only need one character. You don't need to like have a zillion characters in this game. Like, this game could literally just be Haomaru and Earthquake, and that would be enough. They could probably sell it as a full-priced game with just those two characters and be fine. Guilty Gear has a great tutorial. Shut up! I'm just kidding. Gundam, thanks for the match earlier. Stream some more Samsho in the future. I really want to stream more Samsho in the future. This is way more fun than it has any business being. This game should not be this much fun. Why is it so much fun? Is the girl you were playing DLC? I believe she is, but I don't know how much the DLC pass costs, but I don't think it's very much. I don't think it's very expensive, but if you buy the DLC pass, there's like 6 new characters coming, plus like a season 2 after that. Like they've already announced the season 2 characters. So I highly recommend just getting the DLC pass. Actually, for a limited time, before the game released, you could actually download the DLC pass for free, which is what I did. I actually downloaded the DLC pass before I owned the game. Oh, and by the way, this game was provided to me by SNK. I didn't actually buy this game. They just sent it to me for the purposes of making that YouTube video. But of course, all the opinions that I've said during this video are all my own. It has nothing to do with... I had no like instructions that said like, you must say this about the game or anything. Right now, this is completely unrelated to receiving the game from SNK. This is just, I just wanted to stream it for fun. But I will definitely stream this game again in the future. Oh god, that's the other one. Skullgirl's having an awesome tutorial. The number of times I've seen that comment, good grief. How late is it for you? It's early actually. The thing is, I have to go to work. It's still a Friday here in Japan, so I have to go and do normal work. Go back to video editing. It's fun until you play Kazunoko or Genjuro player. Well, you know, let's just hope that doesn't happen. We got lucky today, I guess. I didn't have to go up against... Thanks to all of you in the chat showing up with all your interesting character varieties. I didn't have to play any Genjuros. I appreciate that. If you want fighter that's fun to play with your friends that you don't have to dedicate your life to, Samsho is the game. If it Ichithics, I totally agree. I totally agree. I'm not saying that practice doesn't make you better, but even if you don't practice, I think the game is so pure in what it's trying to do that it shaves off a lot of the fluff that can kind of get in the way of the immediacy of having friends over to play some games. Stream SF5 and Smash Ultimate, absolutely, Yoshihiro. I mean, Tokyo Game Show is coming up, so I'm gonna have to do at least 2 or 3 streams where I'm practicing Street Fighter V on the run up to Tokyo Game Show. Which, if you happen to be in Japan for Tokyo Game Show, let me know on Twitter or on Discord, whatever. And I will try and hang out with you at Tokyo Game Show. I'll be there for the event. Really looking forward to it. I think Victrix is coming to Tokyo Game Show, come to think of it. Pretty sure that's the message I received. I'm gonna have to check my DMs. Does Killer Instinct for Xbox and PC has a decent tutorial? You know what? I never played Killer Instinct. I've never once played it. I played Clay Fighter. I played Street Fighter 2. I played like every fighting game there ever was except for Killer Instinct. And you know what? I even played Mortal Kombat when I was a kid. I just didn't really get into it. Before it was Genjuro tier, then S tier. Simple and straightforward, no BS game, pretty much. 10 out of 10 would play. Well, 10 out of 10 I would play again, and on stream. And you know what's even more impressive is that this game literally has the worst, not the worst tutorial, but the user interface, the user experience, the GUI, the interface elements, the menus in this game are just so poorly made that I almost wanted to just eject the game and smash it. But I'm so glad I stuck by it because it was a lot of fun. Waku Waku 7, I'm not familiar. I think I've heard of it. Yep, EVO Japan will be in Tokyo. Fortunately, they've announced EVO Japan. They didn't actually say whether Street Fighter V is going to be at EVO Japan. As far as we know, Street Fighter might not even be at EVO Japan. I don't think it's likely. I'm pretty sure Street Fighter will be at EVO Japan, but I don't like the way that they do this with EVO Japan. They don't like list the games properly until like closer and closer to the event. Like I'm pretty sure Daigo didn't show up to Street Fighter. Like he didn't show up to the EVO Japan because he wasn't even sure what was going on with the event. He was like, "Wait, where is it happening? What's going on? What's the deal with the hotels?" Like they announced stuff so late for EVO Japan that a lot of the famous people didn't even go. But EVO Japan is in Tokyo this year, or near Tokyo. It's in Makuhari, so it's like 45 minutes away on train. It's easy. The truth is, I bought this game digitally. I didn't buy it, no. I received the download code for this digitally, so I don't even have a disc. I can't even smash it if I want. Anyway, as you know, I love chatting to you guys a lot, but it means that I end up forgetting to actually leave the stream, so let's end the stream now. Thanks very much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next Nihongo Gamer video and or stream, and of course, there's a link below if you're interested in hanging out in the Discord. I'll probably show up in the Discord later, chat a little bit, say hello, come and talk in the... We have an SNK room for KOF 15 and Samurai Shodown chat. We have a gear chat room where we talk about gear. We have a room where you can practice your Japanese. I sometimes talk in there, but rarely, but I'm going to try and speak in there more frequently. Yeah, hopefully we won't have a BTS concert. Even if there is a BTS concert in Tokyo this year, we won't have to worry about it because Tokyo is a huge place with tons of hotels. So even if a Korean boy band shows up and does a live concert, there's plenty of hotels everywhere, so you don't need to worry at all. Guys, thank you very much. I've had a brilliant time, as always. Thanks very much again to the mods. I'll see you on Discord and on Twitter and all those fun, popular places. Goodbye!